Hello and welcome to the first ever Makeup Man tutorial. I've been asked to show how to create a werewolf. Now, instead of going the advanced way and really taking time, I figured I'd show a very quick and simple way of doing it. You can always build on it, or in fact modify it in just slight ways, and spending longer would actually result in a much more realistic look. But this should suffice for now. Of course, don't forget to hit that like button. Them thumbs up are always appreciated. Now, if you'd like to see me do any looks, whether that is prosthetic, special effects, makeup, or a normal look, and you would like a tutorial on it, please give a comment below and I will be seeing you in your own video and mention you in it. Subscribe if you're not already. Right, so here I am applying some sleek Nu Skin Revive silicone-based foundation. It's fairly cheap to pick up. I think I picked it up for $7.99. I used it for a show and figured, well, it's a very dark colour. It'll do for contouring the werewolf. Now, I am just using my fingers to start with, just to get the rough idea of a shape. And then here, look, I've got a beauty blender. So you just want to blend that out a bit more, just so it's not as harsh on the contour. And when you've done that, you want to get a little bit of a light concealer. Now here I'm using Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer by Unique in the colour Velour. It's slightly lighter than my skin, and I'm using a Unique concealer brush to actually just blend that in slightly. Now, to go over it and give it a bit more of a speckled feel to it, I actually follow this up with using a simple Snazaroo brush, sponge dipped in water, and then of course I use Clown White Snazaroo face paint, which is a water-based face paint, and I'm just dabbing that on. It is going to pretty much disappear, but it just adds a slight amount of extra highlight and a little bit of texture. Now I'm going in with the amazing Unique Moodstruck Brow Obsession palette, and I am using the dark palette. Now I'm going in with the first colour, number 1, and I am just drawing on some lines here. These are the hairs. Now, you don't have to be too tidy with this, because you're literally going to be going all over the face. So, you know, the more time you do take, the more realistic it's going to look. Now, there's two ways of doing this. You can use the brow artist brush like I am, or you could use just a simple thin angled brush to do so. Now I'm following where I've contoured and putting the hairs coming in. But don't worry too much. You can leave it like that and leave the contour as your outline and leave the middle of the face free. However, I am not going to do that in this tutorial. So here I'm going in with number 2 now. A bit of a darker shade and just drawing on some more hairs. Now, of course, this look where it's coming in is very good if you used to do the whole face like this. But actually, I changed my mind halfway through this tutorial and decided to do half and half. So I'm actually just drawing in a few more lines to represent hairs all over the face now. Okay, now I am using Epic Mascara by Unique. In the black, you could use the brown, of course, as well. And I'm just going over my little bit of stubble and putting that further up the side of the face just to add to that contour and make it look like potentially the beard's going further out. Now, because mascara clearly catches to hair a lot better, the beard shows up a lot more, but then I am going for a werewolf, not a wolf. So I was a man at one point. Now I am just going in, filling in a few more hairs with that Brow Obsession palette. And now we're going in with the Dip and Draw in perfect shade, I believe, the black, just to draw on the werewolf's nose. Okay, now I am using my angled eyeshadow brush by Unique and going in with Nimble as a shade, which is a pressed powder eyeshadow by Unique, and I'm just doing the crease here and the underline and drawing it out a bit into a point. And then I'm going over and colouring in with our black eyeshadow. Now again, you can use anything, you don't have to use this. And this is NYX Suede lipstick. It is Stone Fox in colour. And I'm just going over half my face because, as I say, I changed my mind and I'm doing half and half. And then I'm pressing on a little bit more of that pressed powder in Nimble shade just to dull that silver up a bit. Now, as I'm doing both sides, I decided to make the human side have 3 scars over the eyes and 1 long scar down the cheek. Now, instead of using latex or FX wax for this, I decided to be a bit tidier, and I'm actually just using my eyeshadow brush with the shade Fervent in Unique's pressed powders. Draw in 3 lines and then a very small amount of velour concealer right in the middle of them lines that I've drawn. Just really make them have that 3D slash scar feel to them. And then I'm doing another longer one all along the side of the cheek. Now, of course, you could leave it there. You could blend it in a bit further like I am. Now, what I'm using is exactly what I've used just under my eyes. Just a bit of shadow just to dull out some of them lines a bit. So that is using Gullible this time. And now, if you want to go that extra mile, you can add a little bit of latex. I'm just using a cotton bud here, and instead of pouring it out into a container, I'm just going full on in. And I am drawing a line down the centre of my head, so where the 2 sides meet. And you want to make this line pretty thick, so you are going to be peeling a bit back. Now, of course, I've put this on my beard. If you don't have a beard, that's probably better, because you shouldn't really put latex on a beard. It will be difficult to get out. Okay, now's for the peely time. You want to peel back on the side of the werewolf just a little bit, and I'm using my brush to just help that ease on out. And I don't want it to fully come off, I just want it to be peeled back. And then what I'm doing is I'm just putting in a few more hairs, as before, with the Brow Obsession palette, just to fill in the line where the latex has been. And now I didn't have any fake blood, I'm still waiting for it to arrive. So all I've done is used a very cheap, it's from Poundland, which is a pound shop if you didn't guess. And I am just being very liberal with putting that down the middle. In all honesty, it works to this effect, because this look is a simple look, but I would much prefer to use proper blood and really blend that out. And here you go. Here is the final look. You've got a werewolf one side, and you've got the human form the other. Bit worn-torn, bit battered. But hope you like, and don't forget to subscribe and drop me a comment to what you think. And hopefully see you in another video. Take care.